Thursday, May 8th, 2025, and Joe Biden was on The View this morning, and yikes. My goodness. That did not do much to sort of dispel the rumors that he is in a little bit of cognitive decline. But I mean, I, I'd still take him over what's going on right now any day. But I mean, we know he's smart, but he's still an old guard thinker. Excuse me, and the man is 82 years old. Um, you know, we all slow down at some point. Um, and no, I wouldn't really have wanted him to run the country for another 4 years. I was very excited about the idea of Kamala and Tim Walz being at the helm of things, but you know, he was asked about his cognitive ability, and he rambled through that, and actually, then Jill took over to answer the question. That didn't look good. Um, she was asked about, creating a cocoon or a bubble, and she was like, "I was with him all the time." Well, that's just proving the point that maybe you were cocooning him a little bit. Um, that didn't really make me feel a lot better about any of those rumors. But he wasn't going to be the president for the next 4 years. Um, and I hope that he can sort of enjoy his retirement. It takes a long time to plan a library, and he doesn't have a lot, I wouldn't think. So you know, get to it, Papa Joe. I thought his answer on why he wasn't surprised that Kamala lost was a part of the poor thinking of the Democratic Party. He's just basically talking about advertising and messaging, and there are signs on the infrastructure projects along the freeways, bridge repair and road repair. It says brought to you by, but unfortunately, it says the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Some parts of Pennsylvania actually say Joe Biden's bipartisan infrastructure bill. And that's part of the problem is that they want it to be like, see, we did it together, the Democrats. We did it together instead of just taking full credit for it, because there's only like one or two Republicans that signed on to that stuff. Um, and so it is, yes, we are bad at promoting our own uh, uh, wins and accomplishments. But it's also, it's this weird populism thing that we you need to you need to appeal to the people that feel left out of the whole process. That's it's when you pissed off the Bernie Bros by forcing in Hillary, we lost a bunch of voters. And I'm not saying that you cater in any way whatsoever, but we have to stop being what is an elitist group. We doesn't as much as we say things about the working class people. We got to get money out of politics. We got to tax the rich. Elizabeth Warren, I think, has the right idea. This is how we pay for stuff, and this is how much money it's going to cost them, and how much money it brings in for us, and what we can do with it. Um, if you aren't constantly harping on this is how we're going to make things better for the middle class, this is how we're going to make things better for the working class, um, then we're not going to win. Um, and we don't need details. We don't need details, right? Clearly, they don't care about details because they don't really care about facts. But it's hard to win any kind of campaign when you're fighting against people who are lying, that aren't campaigning in good faith. So, and that brag about rigging elections, which is also very disconcerting that it continues to happen and nobody does anything about it. Um, but I hope Joe doesn't do a lot of these because I don't think they're helping him or the perception of him. Um, and he did a good job as president. We needed to take it a little further, but who know? I don't know. I don't know where this ends us. It ends up with where this country ends up. Um, I would have liked to have had them ask about Merrick Garland and why the investigations against Trump took so long to start, um, and why we ended up, which is how we ended up having a 34 count convicted felon in the White House because we didn't move fast enough. And that's on him and Merrick Garland. Um, that this whole idea about norms and appearances, you got to fucking fight. Um, and if you're not actively showing us that you're fighting, you're not going to win our votes. So that's fun times. Anyway, I just wanted to sort of throw my 2 cents in about Papa Joe's performance there on the television program. And I guess tomorrow we get to talk about a new pope. White smoke.